ChatGPT said. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where Cowboys Nation never sleeps. Because when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, every single development in the NFL can ripple through our locker room and reshape the course of our season. Today's big NFL news is sending shockwaves across the league, and whether you're just a casual fan or someone who lives and breathes silver and blue, you need to understand how it impacts not only the future of this franchise but also one of our most promising young stars, Tyler Smith. This isn't just about another transaction or injury update, it's about how everything that's happening in real time around the league could affect our depth, our chemistry, our offensive strategy, and even our playoff hopes as we gear up for what's shaping up to be one of the most intense seasons in recent Cowboys history. So, let's dive right in. Today's big NFL news centers around a sudden and significant injury to one of the top offensive linemen in the NFC. A player who was expected to anchor his team's front five and be a key protector for his quarterback is now out indefinitely, shaking up that team's entire offensive structure. Now, while that might seem like it has little to do with the Cowboys on the surface, this particular team has been in direct contact with Dallas multiple times over the past few seasons, especially around trade deadlines and preseason roster shuffling. And more importantly, they run a very similar blocking scheme to what Mike McCarthy and offensive line coach Mike Solari are implementing in Dallas this year. That means we're not just talking about some faraway ripple effect, this is an earthquake that could reach all the way to AT&T Stadium. With that player now out, several teams are scrambling to find replacements. And guess who has one of the most versatile and talented young offensive linemen in the league? That's right, Tyler Smith. While the Cowboys have no intention of shopping him, let's not forget that Jerry Jones has been known to listen when the price is right. And with other teams possibly dialing Dallas to inquire about the availability of offensive line help, Tyler Smith's name could come up, not because we want to lose him, but because the rest of the league knows what kind of monster he's becoming. We're talking about a guy who was thrust into the fire during his rookie year and responded like a seasoned vet. He's one of the very few linemen in the NFL who can play both tackle and guard at a Pro Bowl level. That type of flexibility isn't just rare, it's invaluable, especially in a league where injuries are stacking up faster than ever. Now let's talk about the Cowboys' current offensive line situation. Tyron Smith is gone. Terrence Steele is trying to return to form. Tyler Baiadas left in free agency. So you've got this void, this mix of uncertainty and potential, and right in the center of it all is Tyler Smith. This guy is no longer just a promising second-year player, he's being groomed as the cornerstone of the Cowboys' offensive line. And when news breaks around the league of major linemen being sidelined, you better believe that front offices across the NFL are pulling up tape of Smith's performances, analyzing every snap, and dreaming about what he could do in their uniforms. But the reality is, we can't afford to lose him. Not now. Not when Dak Prescott needs clean pockets to deliver. Not when Tony Pollard, now Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn need lanes to explode through. And not when Mike McCarthy is calling plays with more emphasis on timing, rhythm, and precise execution. The fact is, Tyler Smith isn't just a rising star, he's the glue holding this line together. And today's NFL news makes that even more clear. Because when other teams lose their foundational linemen, it highlights just how crucial it is to have players like Smith on your roster. That also raises questions. Will the Cowboys use this opportunity to demand more respect for their young core? Will this push them to extend Smith early and lock him down long-term before other teams start circling like vultures? Or here's a twist, could this injury in the NFC prompt another contender to dangle a high draft pick or key player in exchange for one of our linemen, forcing the Cowboys' hand in a way none of us want to see? Let's be honest, NFL front offices never sleep. And when a team loses a top-tier left tackle, for example, their GM is on the phone within the hour, exploring trades, evaluating waivers, and testing the market for anyone who could offer even a fraction of what they lost. That's where Tyler Smith's name carries serious weight. And while the Cowboys are expected to hold tight, we know how unpredictable this league can be. Remember what happened with Amari Cooper? Or even Lyle Collins before he was released? Decisions get made fast, and sometimes they're shocking. So don't be surprised if reports start circulating that Dallas has received calls about Smith. That doesn't mean they're going to trade him, it just means the rest of the league knows what we have. But it's not just about trade buzz. Today's NFL shakeup is also a loud reminder to the Cowboys front office that depth matters. We can't assume that our current setup is bulletproof. Injuries, holdouts, and underperformance can derail a season faster than any one bad game. And when other teams go down with key injuries, it should light a fire under our own preparation. Do we have a plan B if someone else on our line gets hurt? Is Asim Richards ready? Can Josh Ball step up? What if we have to reshuffle again mid-season? Tyler Smith has the versatility to move around, sure, but every time you shift him out of position, you risk disrupting the entire flow of the line. That's why today's news should be a catalyst not just for teams looking to take from the Cowboys, but for Dallas to fortify what they've got. Speaking of fortifying, this is also a wake-up call about development. Tyler Smith didn't become this reliable overnight. It took smart coaching, film study, grit, and a whole lot of reps. So now the pressure is on the coaching staff to develop the next Tyler Smith. Because if something happens to him, who steps in? And this is where today's news really hits home. It should motivate the Cowboys to dig deeper into their depth chart, scout harder, maybe even make a move themselves to grab another lineman. Because if we're just one injury away from chaos, then we're not as secure as we think. This also brings up the topic of leadership. Tyler Smith isn't a rah-rah guy in the media, but in the locker room, his work ethic is contagious. With Tyron gone, someone has to carry that torch of leadership on the line. And today's breaking news shows just how fragile that leadership can be. One guy goes down, and an entire offense can crumble. The Cowboys cannot afford to let that happen. They need to protect Smith, empower him, and ensure he's the centerpiece of a line that dominates for the next decade. Because that's what this is really about, building something sustainable, something that doesn't just win in September but still holds strong in January. And we can't ignore the bigger playoff implications. The team that just lost their offensive lineman was in direct competition with the Cowboys for playoff seeding. That's huge. If they slide because of this injury, it opens a lane for Dallas to move up in the NFC hierarchy. Every little advantage matters. That means Tyler Smith's health and performance don't just matter to the Cowboys, they affect the entire playoff picture. Protecting Dak better? Creating more push in the run game? Holding up against elite edge rushers? All of that becomes easier when Smith is on the field, and harder if he's not. Now, if we zoom out even further, this is also about setting a tone for the entire NFC. Teams are watching how Dallas handles its roster. Do we hold strong and show confidence in our depth? Do we panic and start making calls? Or do we make a sneaky, smart signing to add insurance without breaking the bank? Today's big NFL news isn't just about another team's loss, it's an opportunity for Dallas to flex its preparedness, its culture, and its trust in young stars like Tyler Smith. The way the Cowboys respond in the coming days will speak volumes about their mindset heading into the season. And as for Tyler Smith himself, this is the kind of moment that defines careers. He's already proven he can handle pressure. Now he has to become the anchor not just physically on the line, but emotionally for this offense. Every successful play starts with the trenches, and when Smith dominates, it shows. Dak feels safer. The backs run freer. The receivers get more time. It's all connected. And it all starts with that young man out of Tulsa who turned doubters into believers and is now one of the most important players on the roster. So while today's NFL news might not involve a Cowboy directly, make no mistake, it has everything to do with us. It's a test. A warning. and an opportunity all wrapped into one. The league moves fast. The injury bug doesn't discriminate. And the teams that are ready, resilient, and smart are the ones that survive the chaos and rise above the rest. Tyler Smith is ready. The question is, are the Cowboys? Let us know in the comments what you think today's breaking news means for Dallas. Should we make a move? Do you think Tyler Smith is ready to carry the line? And how do you see this affecting our playoff chances this year? Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Cowboys news, and tap the bell so you never miss an update from the team that never sleeps, America's team.